year, we're on the 28th of Tevet, Chavchet Tevet, marks the Hilula of a really great rabbi. His name was Rabbi Hananiel Rafael Napiy. Zecher Tzadik Libracha. He was born in English year 1759 and passed away in English year 1836. He was approximately 77 years of age at the time of passing. He came from great rabbinic heritage. His father's name was Rabbi Shmuel Hananiel, and he himself was a very, very great rabbi, I think from the area of Pereira in Italy in of itself. Very, very great Torah community that place, that vicinity had in of itself at that point in time, which is very, very phenomenal. He first learned Torah from the great auspices of Rabbi Shlomo Lampronti, who happened to be, I believe, the rabbi of that specific city of Pereira, respectively. And at a later stage, I think come what year 1797 it was well known that Napoleon conquered Pereira, and I think this was the time period, let's just say, of French Revolution. So many of the Jewish people became citizens with equal rights at that point in time. And let's just say there was less anti-Semitism as there might have previously in previous years. And come with the year 1782, this was, I believe his rabbi passed away, and this was in 1782. And at that point in time, there was many students, including Rabbi Moshe Cohen, Rabbi Shmuel Yedidia, and I think 2 years later, around 1784, the Rabbi Yaakov Moshe Aryeh arrived into Pereira from Jerusalem, and he would serve as the rabbi of the city and establish a large yeshiva over there. What's interesting is that Rav Hananiel was one of his students, let's just say, and he started teaching in the city's various different yeshivot in of itself and different places in of itself, and really had prominent roles, really strengthening the Jewish community at that point in time. There was great yeshiva over there, and was teaching the Batei Midrashim very much so. I think come with the year 1806, it was highly reported over, actually, interesting enough, that Rabbi Napiy, Rabbi Hananiel Napiy, was summoned to Paris by Napoleon to participate in the Paris, let's just say there was a specific gathering in of itself, highly reported over, which I recommend everyone to, in Paris, through Napoleon, to join in, let's say, this Sanhedrin over there at that point in time. And I think there might have been other Jewish dignitaries, let's just say, in of itself that would actually come. But he would represent the Jewish community of northern Italy. And after about a year, let's just say, that Rabbi Hananiel Rafael Napiy actually returned to Pereira at that point in time. He continued then to come back and serve as a rabbi and a teacher of Torah. He would go on to produce many great students, and many of his students in of itself will actually serve in the Holy Land, will come to the land of Eretz Israel as rabbis, let's just say, representing the Italian community, including, I think at that point in time, there was a great rabbi, Rabbi Yisachar Yechezkel Reggio, interestingly enough, who he himself happened to be a great rabbi we've mentioned about on various different occasions before. Come with the year 1811, he would be appointed a Dayan, a judge in the Bet Din of Pereira. The very, very Jewish judge, very prominent position in of itself. And this would obviously take on various different responsibilities at that point in time, various different, let's say, responsibilities. And he would sign responsa after responsa to many of the great rabbis, and he would have dialogue with many great rabbanim all over. Later on, come what the year 1822, he will move to an area called Cento, was a nearby city from this place, and he would serve over there as a city rabbi, which was a very prominent position at that point in time, and becoming the rabbi of the year. Then come what the year 1826, I think he was in, let's just say, in communication also with the Pope at that point in time, and there was a return, unfortunately, of various different anti-Semitism that came back at that point in time. He did leave great responsa in of itself. They say that he wrote Shut, Shelot, and Shuvot, which was divided up into 6 volumes, the Leviat Chen in of itself. I think this was printed, this Torah colossal work in of itself. I think initially it wasn't printed. I'm not sure if it remained in manuscript or not, but there was other great books, including the Zecher Tzadik Libracha, which was on the sages of Italy, and it was printed after he passed away And I think it was actually featured in Rabbi Mordechai Shmuel Girondi in his book, The Toldot Gedolei Yisrael, in of itself, Geonei Italia, in of itself, which comprise of various different drashot, tefillot, and responsa on various different subjects. He passed away on the 28th of Tevet in English in 1836. He was about 77 years of age. Don't forget to light candles in the great rabbi's memory, because he really, really was one of the great, let's just say, Italian rabbis in of itself. Italy at that point in time was a golden age of great Torah flourishing. There was great yeshivot in Italy of yesteryear, and he very much was an integral part in the late 1700s, early 1800s. Friends, wishing you all a good day. We've covered already inside this series about 650 great chachamim of yesteryear. We are a community here. If you feel anyone would be interested in watching these videos, please share to others. Please subscribe to the channel. Wishing you blessings from Israel.